Hi there. Every 2 weeks, we do a phone call, a Zoom call with executive directors, issue processing, and working through a one-page plan. This morning, we had 2 issues that we processed as a group. First off was succession planning. One of our executive directors just announced to his board that he is retiring after 30 years of service. That is incredible. And he has given them graciously 3 years, to which they said, great, come back with a succession plan of how you're going to either identify somebody from the outside or somebody from the inside to raise them up. And so the challenge that he presented is he's got an operations person that is really good operationally, but doesn't really think like strategically, like long term. Like he's really good at the day to day, but how do we coach him up? And is he the right person to fill his shoes? Because as you know, the executive director is thinking more long term, kind of far out and interfacing with the board. And this younger person who is now in the organization may have some strengths, but certainly has some weaknesses. How do we work that out? So we processed that, had a great dynamic discussion around that. The second issue that we processed was with another nonprofit who brought forward a big grant that they're working on to add some refrigeration space to their facility. They're a big food bank. And the grant that they had been relying on is not available, so now they have to think about new processes to go out. They've got a capable grant writer, but there was just some challenges there on the way he shows up in leadership. So while I'm not a grant writing expert, I happen to know one, and I'm bringing them in on the next phone call with this executive director, making an introduction so that he can work with someone who understands that specifically. All right. So as leaders, we get to show up day in and day out and think about the challenges in front of us. But what would it look like for you to have a regular access every week at the same time for you to join a Zoom call to just issue process and throw at the team what your challenges are? Like something that you can just come in and say, hey, today I'm thinking about this. And even if you don't have anything to process, just listen to what other people are saying. There's 25, 30 folks on that call, and it's an incredible conversation, right? And then once a month to get an invite to a behind-the-scenes talk like grant writing or donor development or communications or something. We have different folks come in and talk about something specifically that would impact you and help you in some free training. In fact, you can even invite your team members to participate. This is not just for you. This is for your whole organization. Up to 3 team members can join the program. So our program is content, training, coaching, and community. You do not have to go at this alone. I'm James, a growth executive. If you want to learn more about what this looks like, feel free to book a 15-minute call with me directly or join our next free workshop. We have them every other week. We do invite outsiders into that quick session just for a quick view of what we're doing, but the private sessions are for coaching clients only. It's just a few dollars a day. This is not an expensive program. But the impact and the return on investment is incredible. And I'll even make you a guarantee. If we talk, I'll explain more about how that would work. I'm James, the Growth Executive. Thanks for taking the time. Have a fantastic day. Bye-bye now.